Right, thanks everybody for joining us for another WKS podcast. This time I'm with Clayton and Ben of a band called Fuel to Fire. How's everybody doing?
Good,
Great,
how are you?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, so we might get somebody else, another member of the band, coming into the interview shortly. We're not sure yet. So our first question then to Ben, what first got you into music?
Well, my first vinyl record was Appetite for Destruction. I think I was about 16, maybe 17, 16, something like that. And as soon as I heard Welcome to the Jungle and Sweet Child, I just went, I want to be a singer. And I didn't know whether I could sing in tune or anything like that. But then I started singing along to the record and I went, oh, wow, I can sing. So, yeah, that was my first record, and I knew what genre I wanted to sing as well, so, yeah, it was great.
Brilliant, brilliant. What about you, Clayton?
I sort of grew up with a bit of music in the family. Mum and Dad Mum was on the stage and doing musicals, and both Mum and Dad played the keys, so sort of grew up like that. And I think the first instrument, I must have been maybe 7 or 8. I started playing was the trumpet, believe it or not.
Okay.
And then that didn't last long. And then in my early teens, I just loved the rock and roll music, and just I think I saw Steve Stevens with Billy Idol there and rocking on the guitar, and I go, I got to do this stuff. So went out and got one, and that's it. Just stuck with it and practice and practice and practice, and there we go. Many years in bands, many years, quite a few bands, and we finally got this one going with Ben, Fuel to Fire, and hopefully we'll take this one all the way. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, brilliant. So Ben, what sort of typical music do you play then? What style is it?
Well, I mean, I'd classify Fuel to Fire as sort of rock and roll, hard rock with a splash of metal and a splash of grunge.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a diverse thing.
Yeah, fair play. So, what sort of Clayton? What music is out there for people to get hold of, Neil?
Of our music?
Yeah.
We've just released our EP a little while ago. So we have a fans page, Fuel to Fire fans page that we've sold a fair few to people in the UK and people over the States. So we've got what do we got on the EP? We've got Balls to the Wall, All Alone, and Taken Too Soon.
Okay.
And we're working on probably another 9 or 10 so enough for an album, hopefully within the next 12 months. So
brilliant.
And you can you can find us on www.facebook.com/Fuel to Fire Band. Okay,
brilliant. And then if people wanted to, have you actually got like physical CDs for sale, or is it all digital download?
No, we've got some digital downloads. We're on Spotify and iTunes and Amazon, but we've also got CDs for sale. We just sold some CDs. We sold about 50, and then we sold another 20. But we just have to get the manufacturer to make them. As soon as people say they want some, we'll just get the manufacturer to make them for us, and then we just send them off. Yeah.
Fair play. So who does the songwriting in the band then? Lyrics, who sort of comes up with them? So Clayton.
Sorry. Ben does the lyrics. I do all the music.
Right.
So I sort of create the music and then send the snippets over to Benny, and then we sort of get together and just sort of, I suppose, what was your thought process about making the riffs. And then I give Benny all that info, and then he puts the lyrics to it, and, and then we get in the studio and just fine tune it, and off we go. It sort of sounds easy, but a lot of work does go into it. Yeah.
So Ben, what's your actual your process for writing? Do you find it an easy process, or is it quite challenging?
Look, I mean, it can be easy at times. I can come up with a whole song within an hour, lyric wise, and then but then there's other times, like take for instance Balls to the Walls. Clayton sent me the music to it, the whole song, and I wrote half the song in a day, and then I wrote the rest of the song the next day. So I guess it just depends on what I'm feeling at the time, and what sort of lyrics I really want the song to be about.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So during the lockdown over there, Ben, have you been more productive writing, do you think, or not?
Yeah, definitely. Like Clayton said, we've got another 8 or 9 original songs ready to, well, they're not ready to go, but they're close to ready to go. And then, we recorded the EP not during the lockdown, but we recorded it in 2020. So yeah, I guess you could sort of say during the lockdown. Yeah. So it has been productive. Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. So have you got any sort of shows lined up then, Clayton? Anything sort of on the cards?
Geez, not at this stage. We've just been really concentrate on writing our music and getting our original stuff down. And we've had a few issues with some band members, mostly the rhythm and bass player. We've been through, probably in 12 months, I think 5 or 6 bass players, and a couple of rhythm guys. Yeah, so it was just hard to book in shows and do the rounds of the clubs. Also being COVID, a lot was shut for the last 12 months or so. But just trying to keep those guys, and we thought we'd be on our way, and then one of the guys pulls the pin. So it was just one of those things. It was good that I suppose COVID was around. Funny thing to say, but which gave us the opportunity to create these other 8 or 9 originals, and fine tune some bits and pieces. But just this week we're trying out another rhythm guitar player in the band. So it's never ending. Yeah, it's just
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. So Ben, here's a sort of a question. If you as a band could open up for any artist, either past or present, who would you choose?
Can I choose 2?
You can choose 2. Yeah.
Can I choose 2?
Yeah.
Easy. Guns N' Roses and Soundgarden.
Fair play. Yeah. Brilliant. What about you, Clayton?
You know what? I think one of them would have to be AC/DC. Favorite of mine, Angus Young and the Boys. Geez. Another one. There's too many to list. It's one of those really hard questions. Is that many brilliant bands out there, and that many bands that I love and are inspired by. But it would be awesome, and Guns N' Roses and Soundgarden for sure. But Akadaka for me. That would be AC/DC. Yeah, that would be great.
Brilliant, superb. So, what sort of venues have you been playing over in Australia? Then, are you Sydney way? Is it, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sydney.
So, what kind of venues are around over there to play?
Well, to be quite honest, the Sydney music scene honestly has taken a dive. It really has. Melbourne's really kicking our ass, basically.
Okay.
Melbourne's really the place to be. I'm not dissing Sydney, but beautiful city. But as far as the music scene is, there's not a lot of this. It's not a huge music scene here, to be quite honest. That's a very disappointing thing, because Sydney's, you know, most populated cities in Australia. And it's very disappointing that the music scene has taken a dive. I mean, the venues that I've played with other bands, they've been really good. But the turnout, just no one wants to come out and see live music, and not just live music, live original bands.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of bands, a lot of cover bands, and they pull the crowds because people know their songs. But with originals, because they don't know our songs, you know, the turnout is not so great, and that's very disappointing. You know.
So do you travel much over there to gigs? You know, or is it mainly around Sydney?
Well, with the bands I've been in, it's been around Sydney, but then I've travelled like 2 hours to shows as well.
Right.
So it hasn't just been around Sydney.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Clayton, what's the best bit of advice musically you've been given?
Geez, pretty much head down, ass up. If don't look at it like it's a job, you really got to love it, which I do. And it just comes a lot easier. But love what you do, and plenty of hard work, and hopefully it'll pay off for you.
Brilliant. What about you, Ben? What's the best bit of advice you've been given?
Oh, best bit of advice. Never give up, no matter what. Even though you might feel like giving up, which I got to be quite honest with you. I got to be honest with you. I've wanted to give up many times on the original music, because, like I said, the music scene is just not very good. Let's just say that.
Right.
But that's the best piece of advice I've given. Someone's given me, is just don't give up, and which leads me to, that's how I found Clayton and Paul, which, you know, he's not here, but that was the best piece of advice. Never give up on something that you love.
Superb. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So Clayton, what's next for Fuel to Fire then? Where you're going? What do you want to do with it?
Yep. Next, we just want to keep concentrating on writing music, which we love. I love creating new stuff. You know, brainstorming with Benny over some songs and lyrics and little riffs and licks, and just creating more and more original music. My brain never switches off. I'm one of those guys that just got to keep going and just keeps thinking and creating. So, which is a good thing musically for us. So probably maybe get an album out in the next 12 months, fingers crossed, and try and start doing some tours with some bigger bands and get out there and get overseas. Hope this virus goes away for everyone and it settles down, and get overseas. And as I said before, from our fans page, a lot of our fans are overseas in the UK and the States, and love to get over there and meet them all and do some concerts and festivals and stuff. Would be awesome.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, final question. I ask everybody this question. Ben first. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for you being here musically now?
They've both passed away, but my mum and dad. My mum, although she wasn't in a band, my dad was in a band in a small island where I was born. He was in a band, singer and a guitarist. Mum used to sing everywhere. Everything she did, she'd clean the house, she'd sing. She'd hose, and she'd be outside in the garden and she'd sing. And I'd like to thank my wife as well for always being there for me and always supporting me. Because I mean, this rock star dream that I've got, it's not only for me, it's for them as well, to give them a better life, you know. And I've always said, if nothing else, me being successful as a singer can buy us a house of our own, that's success to me. You know?
Fantastic.
So yeah.
Fantastic. Clayton, what about yourself then?
Yeah, similar to Ben. Of course, your family. I remember my first ever guitar lessons a long time ago. My pop took me. I'll never forget that. May you rest in peace. But yeah, just family, good friends. There's a lot of good people in the music world. You know that. You know, you get down sometimes, and you know things aren't happening in life, and then music picks you back up. So yeah, just family and friends. And all the support from our fans, which has been amazing, really good, and just keeps, you know, that it just eggs you on wanting to do more for them. So it's really good.
Brilliant. Guys, look, thank you so much for giving me the time for the interview.
Thank
Brilliant, brilliant, and good luck with everything. You know, I hope you get
Yeah.
your albums out, and you know, maybe you could lift Sydney's music scene another degree. You know what I mean? It'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right,
We'll give it
guys.
a red hot go.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
I want to thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for giving us the time.
No problem,
Thank you
mate.
very
No problem.
Yeah,
Okay, so
thanks very much.
Watch out.
Will do. Cheers, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good on you.